Something I've noticed is that many people seem to believe that King of Fighters 2001 character K49 is a ripoff of AKIRA's antagonist, Tetsuo Shima, and they all believe this because of K49's mutating arm move. However, that's another thing I've noticed. They only show that move so everyone automatically believes that K49 is a ripoff of Tetsuo Shima. However, as someone who has played King of Fighters 2001 and knows the lore, I can certainly say that K49 isn't a ripoff of Tetsuo Shima. In this video, I'll be comparing many different aspects of K49 and Tetsuo Shima to prove to you that K49 isn't a ripoff of Tetsuo Shima. Keep in mind, I will be using Toho's version of Tetsuo, which is the anime version of the character, rather than the manga, since that's what everyone seems to believe SNK ripped off of. Not only that, but we will not be including anything from K49's story and appearance in King of Fighters 15. So any information that was shown in Cronin McDougal's stories will not be factored in this. So Angel's romantic relationship with K49 and other post-King of Fighters 2001 facts will not be factored. How we're doing this video is simple. We'll be going over 3 different main factors of the characters, those being stories, appearance, and abilities. K49 was made as a result of Nest's research for errors coming from things like the failure of Project Chrysalid and the betrayal of K-Dash and Maxima. When he was made, he was given a special glove to help control his powers, since he had so much power that he wouldn't be able to control his power, hence the Berserk arm attack titled, "Help! My power! It's running wild!" Before the 2001 King of Fighters tournament, when he was 16 years old, he was put on a team with Foxy, Kula Diamond, and Angel, with Diana on the sidelines giving out orders from Ignis. Their purpose? Dispatch all rogue creations of Nests and dispose of K-Dash and Kyo Kusanagi, as well as execute anyone who gets in the Nest's way. K49 hated working with Foxy and Diana, believing they were too authoritarian for his liking, and also finding them too annoying. He did, however, enjoy working with Angel, since the two shared the same interests at heart. Sometime after the tournament ended, when Nest's base crashed into the ocean after Ignis' defeat, K49 and Angel escaped using a helicopter, where he discovered that he was a clone. He would later disappear after encountering K-Dash and Kula alongside Angel. Tetsuo Shima was born on July 29, 2004 in Neo, Tokyo. When he was young, he was surrendered by his mother and brought to an orphanage where he would meet Kaneda. Later in life, he would meet his girlfriend Kaori. In 2019, when he was 15, he took a liking to biking. He then, with Kaneda, joins a biker gang by the name of the Capsules, meeting his 2 other friends, Kaisuke and Yamagata. However, during their time with the Capsules, Tetsuo crashes into a young Esper by the name of Takashi. This is then where his Esper awakening starts. He would then be transported to a military institution where his powers would grow rapidly. His powers are on par with the movie's titular god character, AKIRA, but cause him migraines as a result of being so powerful. During his stay at the hospital, he is attacked by an Esper trio consisting of Takashi from before, Kyoko, and Masaru. However, they failed to kill him, so he escaped the facility and wreaked havoc on Neo Tokyo. He would later kill his friend Yamagata the moment he gets out. The military attempts to stop him, yet fails to. The 3 Esper children take over Kaneda's love interest, Kei, and use her to fight Tetsuo, which they fail to do. Tetsuo then finally discovers that Akira is dead and fights his best friend Kaneda. Kaneda would lose due to the battery in his rifle going out. Tetsuo then gets hit with a blast from the Satellite Orbital Laser, or SOL for short, losing his arm in the process. Tetsuo then destroys the satellite and rebuilds his arm, making a metal prosthetic from the rubble of his destruction. Later, Tetsuo starts losing control of his powers and eventually turns into a giant mass of mutated body parts resembling an infant and accidentally kills his girlfriend in the process. He'd then be taken to another dimension by Akira, where he would say with a powerful echo behind him, "I am Tetsuo." Now that we've gone over both characters' stories, let's do a comparison. Both are teenagers, both have extreme powers, both belong to a team of people. However, K49 is a clone, while Tetsuo is a naturally born human. Tetsuo accidentally kills his girlfriend, while K49 doesn't even have a girlfriend. Tetsuo loses an arm, while K49 doesn't. Tetsuo has full body mutation, while K49 only has an arm mutation. Tetsuo is given medication to control his powers, while K49 uses a special glove. K49 has no parents, while Tetsuo has a mother. K49 remains in his universe, while Tetsuo is taken to another universe by Akira. K49 isn't an Esper, while Tetsuo is. K49 always had his powers, while Tetsuo didn't receive his powers until he was 15 years old. In terms of story allegations, K49 wins, meaning he's not a ripoff in terms of story. K49 has short blue hair, which can be changed to white thanks to his limited shape-shifting ability. Red eyes, a yellow sleeveless compression shirt with a black stripe on the center, a belt with silver studs and a silver centerpiece, black pants, black boots with a yellow stripe on it that reaches the yellow sole of the boot, with two gloves, the right one being blue and the left one being black, that seemingly have metal tiling around them. And he occasionally wears a red cape. K49 is also 168 centimeters or 5'6", and weighs 58 kilograms or 128 pounds. Tetsuo Shima in the anime had long spiky black hair, black eyes, and slightly dark skin, and was underweight but was average height for a 15-year-old. Tetsuo's outfit was a red cape, a white tank top, gray pants, and black boots. Tetsuo is also 160 centimeters or 5'4", and weighs 46 kilograms or 101 pounds. Now, let's do a comparison. Both wear black boots, both wear a sleeveless top, and both wear red capes. K49 has short blue hair and white hair, while Tetsuo has long spiky black hair. K49 wears a sleeveless yellow compression shirt with a black stripe on the center, a belt with silver studs and a silver centerpiece, and black pants, while Tetsuo wears a white tank top and gray pants with no belt. K49's boots have yellow parts and are made for fighting, while Tetsuo has black biking boots. K49 has red eyes, while Tetsuo has black eyes. Tetsuo always wears a red cape, while K49 only wears his red cape outside of battle. K49 wears gloves, while Tetsuo doesn't. K49 isn't underweight, while Tetsuo is. K49 is 5'6", while Tetsuo is 5'4". Tetsuo has slightly dark skin, while K49 doesn't. In terms of appearance, K49 wins yet again, meaning he's not a ripoff in terms of appearance. K49 has a wide array of abilities, those being pyrokinesis, telekinesis, limited shapeshifting, psionic shield, mutation, and polymorphic arms. K49 can shapeshift his hair into white to mock K-Dash. He uses his ability in both the intro and victory screen of the game. He can also oddly shapeshift his clothes, as shown in his victory screens and intros. He also uses pyrokinesis when using his moves named Split and Shatter. His telekinesis is shown when he uses the move Get Out of My Sight, in which he swipes the air and hits his opponent with telekinesis. His psionic shield ability is shown when he uses the move titled Moon. His mutation ability is shown when he uses the move Help, My Power Is Running Wild, in which he takes off his glove, causing his arm to mutate and attack his opponent, which is a reference to Tetsuo. His polymorphic arm ability is shown when he uses the moves Shut Up and You Get Lost Too, in which, for Shut Up, he turns his arm into a drill and stabs the opponent, while for You Get Lost Too, he morphs his arm into a shotgun and shoots his opponent 4 times. Tetsuo Shima has a wide array of abilities, those being telekinesis, flight, telepathy, and force fields. Telekinesis was shown when he destroyed an entire bridge using his telekinesis, when he moved a glass of water in the hospital with telekinesis, when he made Kaneda float during the fight, when he blew up a tank using his telekinesis, etc. Flight was shown when he flew out of the military institute, when he flew up to destroy the SOL, and when he flew up to dodge one of Kaneda's attacks, twice. Telepathy was shown when he read Kyoko's mind before escaping. Finally, force fields were shown when he used them to block lasers, when he fought K, and when he was blocking another blast from the SOL. Let's do a comparison. Both have telekinesis, but K49 has pyrokinesis while Tetsuo doesn't. K49 can shapeshift with limitations, while Tetsuo can't shapeshift at all. K49 has polymorphic arms, while Tetsuo doesn't. Now you may be wondering, Ryan, how come you didn't include Tetsuo's mutations? He mutated in the anime and manga. Well, this is because of one thing. Tetsuo's mutations are uncontrollable entirely and can infect his entire body, while K49's arm mutation is consensual and used for attack. Yes, Tetsuo does use his mutation to attack Colonel Shikishima, but again I say, this was not a willing Tetsuo. Tetsuo is terrified of his mutation, while K49 is rather accepting of it. Not to mention, Tetsuo's mutation is more so a side effect of his powers rather than an actual ability. As I've shown throughout this video, K49 has many original qualities that make him very separate from Tetsuo and make him considered a inspired character rather than a ripoff. So that begs the question, is the K49 being a ripoff of Tetsuo statement wrong? In my opinion, yes, because K49 has so many qualities that Tetsuo doesn't have, to the point he's an original character with certain homages to Tetsuo rather than a blatant ripoff. To me, saying K49 is a ripoff of Tetsuo is like saying Gamera is a ripoff to Godzilla. However, just like with K49 and Tetsuo, Gamera has many original qualities to the point he's considered an original character. Anyway, the point of this video is to show the difference between inspired and ripoff. Other fictional characters inspired K49 and Gamera in media, but they have distinct qualities that make them original. Real ripoffs are creations such as the Amazing Bulk, which is an obvious ripoff of the Incredible Hulk, having absolutely no original qualities except for color. There are things in media that aren't considered ripoffs, like the supersonic transformation, which heavily resembles Super Saiyan, yet it's not considered a ripoff. Now, is it? Ultimately, the lines between inspired and ripoff have been blurred so badly that original creations like K49 have been labeled as a ripoff without actually looking into the character, because people ultimately believe the words that come out of other people's mouths. K49 being claimed as a ripoff has been spread so much that people blatantly believe it without even doing any research. However, in hopes to kill the misinformation of K49 being a Tetsuo ripoff, I made this video because K49 isn't a ripoff. He's inspired by Tetsuo and has a move that resembles Tetsuo mutated arm. But that doesn't make him a ripoff. Now, don't even bring up the crap about SNK taking K49 out of King of Fighters because they were scared that Toho was going to sue them. Because, yes, that's a possibility, but it's not surprising that Toho would do something like that. But guess what? Nintendo sued Pal World for resembling Pokemon, but it's not considered a ripoff, is it? Yes, Pal World has a similar way of capturing its creatures to Pokemon, but it has original factors in it that make it not a ripoff. So, the lesson of the video? Take everything with a grain of salt and do research. For example, if you see a character you like that's being consistently called a ripoff, do your research and compare the character, and you'll see whether or not it's a ripoff or an original character. That's what I did, and look how it turned out. I was right for believing that K99 was in a ripoff because I just proved that he isn't. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and this is SJ Raikou signing off. Peace!